On Storyboard today, Abhijit Avasthi and Sonali Sehgal launch Sideways Consulting. Behind the scenes of Godrej's new hair creme color TVC shoot. And the industry pays tribute to Mike Khanna. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Pavni Mittal. After quitting Ogilvy in October, Abhijit Avasthi has launched his new venture in partnership with Ogilvy's former SVP of Client Services, Sonali Sehgal. The consultancy, called Sideways Consulting, describes itself as a creative problem-solving company that will house talent ranging from advertising to technology to designers and more. Here's the duo talking about why they decided to call their company Sideways, its USP, and also clearing the air on rumors about Piyush Pandey's role in Sideways. Listen in.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
To begin with, why Sideways?
I think Sideways encapsulates the philosophy that we are espousing. Basically, I think creativity is a philosophy which can be applied to any aspect of life. And a way of saying that is to look at things sideways. In fact, it's one of my favorite books, The Art of Looking Sideways. Yeah, and I think all the big breakthroughs in history, whether it's to do with science, technology, communication, have only come when people had looked at life a little sideways. And that's the reason, the word sideways, it cues a different approach, a different kind of thinking, without using words like creative and things like that. And besides, I love the movie Sideways.
Okay. Now, it's all over the news today. Mm-hmm. So let's get rid of some kind of rumors, yes. Speculation, call it what you want. So first, what is the role that Piyush Pandey is going to play in your company?
So he will be our well-wisher, and he'll be our biggest mentor.
Right. Okay. Now let me clarify that further. He will have nothing to do with your company in an official capacity.
No, nothing in an official capacity.
Right. Okay. Right. And to stay with some more rumors, will we see anybody else from Ogilvy joining Sideways?
Do you want to take names and ask us? No. There's no one right now. Like I said, it's such a small thing right now. It's just Sonali and me, and we're putting a small core team together. So no such thing.
Let's start with you and say, what will Sideways be doing? It's all very well to say it's not an agency and it's not these things. What is it then? What does it do?
Okay, so the way we are we've thought it through is Sideways is going to be like a creative problem-solving company. And we'll have, and basically like what Keenu was saying, the entire approach is actually the philosophy of creativity. And if we apply creativity, we can solve problems in multiple aspects of the client's business. And currently, as of now, it's only been applied to, say, branding or communications. But there are lots of areas, for example, in the internal processes of the clients, products, they're innovating on their products and services, to working out like a dealer program for them, a dealer loyalty program for them, HR initiative. So there are lots of different areas in which a creative problem solution firm like ours can participate with the client.
Right. If I asked you to describe a few firms which might be doing work similar to what you're doing, how would you be able to name them or describe
I don't
them?
think there's anyone doing like that. In fact, that's what most people are finding exciting. Often odd cases, maybe, but from whatever my understanding is, and I've been speaking about this for a long time with a lot of people, I don't think there's anyone who's trying to almost institutionalize or expand creativity to pretty much every aspect of running a business organization, whether it's a private enterprise or a governmental organization or social enterprise.
Right. Now you look at it from your prospective clients kind of space.
Yeah.
So he's got ghosts in his house. You open the Yellow Pages, he finds Ghostbusters and he calls.
Yep.
So what is he going to look up in the Yellow Pages to call you?
I think what's interesting is that he doesn't need to look up a Yellow Pages, and we're hoping that it reaches a stage like that. He has a problem, or he thinks there's a potential opportunity where things can be unlocked. I would like it to reach a stage where his first thought is, let's just call the Sideways guys in, because they will be able to exploit it in a certain way that nobody else can. And like I mentioned, the thing is, if we are offering solutions across the spectrum, that solution could lie in advertising, it could lie in a product development, it could lie in an innovation in an existing policy that he has. I think many a time, see what happens is, one of a key plays to people and a key pitches to clients is, in this day and age, the problem holder has already decided in his mind where the solution for that will come from. Should I call in an agency? Should I call in my IT firm? Should I call in an HR consultant? I think there's a big gap in that. In today's day and age, the solution for a problem can come from anywhere. And I think calling in sideways at that point in time would solve that thing in a very elegant way. It's like, I think so much of life today is about reframing a problem. Okay, I think conventional thinking towards anything that time is dead and gone, it's a rather hyper dynamic case that we're living in, and you need to look at pretty much everything. It's a bad pun, but in a sideways manner.
Right. Then tell me, you're going to solve the problems of the entire world, but you haven't solved your own logo. So why is that stuck, Sonali? Where is that?
Yeah, we are difficult clients for ourselves, but yeah, so we are kind of exploring some options, and we are still like a month and a half away from actually going and kind of starting work. So it's not that we are kind of running out of time. So we have the time and using the time to kind of really find the perfect logo for us.
Sonali, earlier you were talking about your company having people with both right brain and left brain capability. Now describe to me some of the people who you would like should apply to your company. What are the kind of people who would apply?
Okay, so firstly, people who are, of course, conceptual thinkers and who love the concept of solving problems. I think that's critical, and it's about people who can have the mindsets to collaborate with one another. So that's very critical to ensure that we build on each other's solutions, so therefore we arrive at something which is very unique and differentiated. So I think a mindset is very critical. The second thing is, as Kinu mentioned, we're looking at interdisciplinary set of people. So therefore we're looking at design thinkers, we're looking at, which is their own specialized field. So we're looking at typical agency, of course, copy art people, we're looking at digital guys, we're looking at product designers, we're looking at engineers, exhibition artists, installation artists, so the whole gamut actually.
Right.
So some people will get on board immediately, and some people will kind of work with on a, maybe like a collaborative manner of freelance basis as we proceed.
Right. So, these is hiring going to be a challenge, Kino? Because I know if I apply to Kotak, I will join a bank. If I apply to so-and-so, I will join a petrol company, and so on. So who are they joining if they join you?
I think hiring will be a fun process. And what I mean by that is, I know for a fact that there are a lot of people who already expressed interest, because it's a very unique offering. Creative people are damn chuffed when they get something, when they get to work in a place which nothing like that exists. Okay. The mindset is to solve things in a different way. I'll tell you where I see a challenge for ourselves is, because it's a new journey, it's a new kind of outfit, nothing like this exists in India for certain, is to figure out who are the right guys for us. So on one level, hiring the person who's joining us, for him the incentive is that he's joining an absolutely new age, new order organization, nothing of which exists anywhere. So that journey will be exciting. We are not, one of the cribs that a lot of creative people have is the silos in which they are put in typical advertising agencies or other design firms, etc. Here, and actually that's been one of the selling points with some of the people who've been speaking to. They've said, if you're telling us from day one that there are no walls, etc. So of course there are roles and responsibilities, but if this integrated approach at first reframing the problem and then collaborating on each other's skill sets is there, I think most of them have gotten very excited with that. I think creative guys, on one hand, while they enjoy their individual contribution, I think inherently a lot of them love building on each other's ideas. So I think it'll be fun. I think we'll have enough takers. Okay,
to both of you, best of luck, and we'll keep watch on what you do.
Thank you very much.
And we'll keep watch on the rumors that build up about what you do.
Yes, in fact, there's one other thing which I don't know if you're aware, but Anant Rangaswamy is a partner in what we're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Here's wishing Sonali and Abhijit all the very best. We're going to take a short break here. When we come back, the Indian ad industry pays a tribute to J. Walter Thompson's Chairman Emeritus, Mike Khanna.